Of late, I've been feeling demotivated, feeling as if I never loved photography. I just somehow don't feel like it, don't feel the desire to create any more images. Had heard about it a lot, but experiencing it for the first time. Inspiration seems to have run dry, as if I am stuck in a traffic jam, a long and horrible jam, and unsure whether I will ever be able to ignite that lost spark, that lost passion. I can't pinpoint what is that resistance which is keeping me away from it, which is pushing me into procrastination, which is telling me not to pick up the camera today and postpone it for some other day. And I always thought I can never be hit by the creative block. Have you ever found yourself in this similar situation? Well, I have just managed to come out of it after being in this situation for almost 3 months. It's never easy. But why do we get creative block in first place? And even before that, does everyone get it? Or only a select few? As far as I believe, if you are alive, and if you are an artist, then you are bound to get into something called creative block time and again. And I was reading this book, which is The War of Art by Pressfield. I highly recommend this book to each one of you watching this video. This is a wonderful piece of read for all creative artists. Now, it talks about our inner resistances which cause us to get into something called creative block. What actually are these resistances? It is the excuses that we give to ourselves for postponing things, and there are many other resistances that this book talks about. If I want to give an example to you, it is something like procrastination. Now, that is the biggest resistance he talks about. Now, procrastination is postponing things for tomorrow, for next hour, for day after tomorrow. It is basically trying to give excuse to ourselves that we do not want to do things right now. For example, I get up in the morning and I say, I am not feeling well, so let me not go out on the shoot today. I get up in the morning and I say, I have a headache. I say that weather is not right. Weather is not right here. Weather might be right at my location, but we still postpone. I feel like enjoying with my family today. All these things start pushing us into inactivity. So what I have done is I have actually somehow categorized these reasons of creative block into 4 categories, and I'll talk one by one about them and how do you get out of those reasons and manage those reasons, find solution and get out of creative block. The first block that I can easily say is one of the most common blocks, which is the perfection block. Now, creativity can be very intense, and in my opinion, it is certainly not a comfortable pursuit. Future is unknown, future is uncertain, and on top of that, we try to be perfect. By doing that, we start draining ourselves emotionally. We put too much of emotional burden on ourselves. It is important to understand and realize here that it is perfectly all right to create mediocre images. There's nothing wrong in that. Do it, create something rather than trying to be perfect. The second block is, in my opinion, is the mental block. Now, we all follow a particular genre in photography, and that puts us into kind of a box thinking. We stop seeing beyond our genre or the kind of shoots that we usually do. It sometimes becomes so strong that we even start avoiding or missing out on the simple subjects, simple objects, simple elements. We stop simplifying compositions. Something which should be otherwise obvious becomes unobvious, becomes complicated. So what is the solution? I believe putting yourself into a more challenging situation is the right way out. So, for example, if you shoot a particular genre, leave that genre aside. Shoot something totally different which you are not familiar with. Take out a project of shooting only one color. Let's say only red for a particular day, only blue for a particular day. Each and every image that you create should have at least some hint of that particular color in an image. If there is no hint, do not click. Go out and shoot only with one camera and one lens, maybe even one focal length. You are used to shooting in horizontal landscape mode. Start shooting only in the vertical portrait mode. You are used to shooting only handheld. Start shooting only using tripods. You are used to shooting only with tripods. Leave tripods aside. Start shooting only handheld. The biggest challenge that I foresee and I always realize is the comfort zone that we get into with our camera functionality. So we know our camera inside out. So for a change, borrow a camera which you are not familiar with and shoot only with that camera. In other words, do everything possible to challenge yourself, to ensure that now you are forcing yourself to think, to become creative. The third reason is actually related to your personal problems or bad work habits. Now, creativity demands focus, and it is very hard to concentrate if you are actually going through a bad phase in terms of your personal life, or you have bad work habits. Now, you could be addicted to alcohol, you could be addicted to smoking, you might be going through a divorce, you might be going through some similar extreme personal challenges, or you have bad habits of sleeping late at night and finding it difficult to get up early in the morning for that all important sunrise shoot. Now, all these challenges actually start pushing you down. They start making you feel demotivated because as far as your personal problems are concerned, they are not letting you focus. And as far as your bad habits are concerned, they are forcing you to do something which is not desirable for your growth or for your creativity. The only solution here is that trying to get rid of your personal problems as soon as possible, and in terms of your bad habits, you should start working on correcting them so that you start coming out of the creative block as fast as possible. Last point or the reason for creative block is social media, and I believe it is one of the most important and relevant in today's times when we are actually hooked onto social media almost 24/7. Now, the moment we click an image, the first thing that comes to our mind is post on social media and get as many likes and popularity as possible. Now we start comparing ourselves with others, why my image is not getting the right kind of likes and why others are getting more popularity. Now that puts us under unnecessary pressure, which is not desirable at all, because I am unique, somebody else is unique, and I am not creating for somebody else. So what is the solution? The solution is very simple. It might be very difficult, but it is very simple. Disconnect from social media from time to time. Unplug the internet. Go and travel. Do something else which you like. Maybe pick up another hobby or a side hobby. Another activity like reading a book, learning how to play guitar, learning how to sing. Pick up a bat and ball instead of watching cricket on TV. So go out in the field, get your hands dirty, tire yourself out, play the game, enjoy the game, being in the arena, but away from the social media. Because when you pick up all these new habits or hobbies, they will help you rediscover yourself. They will help you rediscover your passion for photography. Then you'll be longing to come back to photography all over again.